I'm finally back from my vacation! Yay! I had so much fun while I was down in Florida, except for the time when I got sick. That was not fun. But to be fair, that was not my fault. Anyways, enough about that. Don't want to hear about that. Since I'm back, I figured I would do a fun little tag. I decided to do my top 5 favorite book series. Or, since I cheated, I'm actually doing 6. So I will dive right into it. My first favorite series is, and obviously always will be, the Harry Potter series. I love this series so much. This is the series that I grew up with, and not just me. Everybody in my generation. These are the books we grew up with. I love these books. I have so many of these books. Hang on, let me show you. And it doesn't help how many copies of these books I have. Like, I don't know, you probably can't see it. That's a lot of books. So that was a bad idea. But anyways, top series ever. I love this book series. And you know, this book series actually really inspired me to write a lot as a kid. Writing was something that I was not passionate about, but I was sort of interested in it because before I discovered Harry Potter, I read a lot of Greek mythology. And then I discovered Harry Potter, and I realized it was awesome. Fun fact about this series, don't hate me, but when I first read it, I didn't like the first book. So I skipped it, and I went to the second book first. So technically I read Chamber of Secrets, and then I read Prisoner of Azkaban, and I liked them so much I was like, you know, I really should go back to the beginning. So I read 2, 3, and then 1. The next trilogy, I guess, in this list is, of course, The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Oh, I love this trilogy. It's so good. I just words about this book. It's just, if you haven't read these books by now, shame on you. Jump on the bandwagon. Read these books. They're amazing. I can't. The third series is, of course, Divergent by Veronica Roth. I remember when I bought this first book, I saw it on the bookshelves, and I judged it by its cover. I was like, you know what? This looks really cool. And so, YOLO. I'm gonna buy it. I'm sorry I just used the word YOLO. I love it, and it's so good, and it's so great. I haven't even finished the series, but I know it's one of my favorites because, obviously, I mean, it's such a good story, right? And how can you hate Triss? Like, she's adorable. And 4, how can you? There's no way to not like 4. The fourth series is actually also a trilogy, and I don't think it's a very well-known one, but it is the Door Within trilogy by Wayne Thomas Batson. I went to middle school when this author was a teacher, and he had actually just left my middle school as a teacher to go work at a different middle school. But he came back to my middle school, and he did a sort of like writing seminar sort of thing about creative writing and what it means to be an author and how to publish a book and stuff like that. And it was really cool, and he was like, yeah, like, my first book is coming out soon, and I'm really excited about it, and if you guys want to come by and check out the book, that would be awesome. And so me and a bunch of my friends decided to go. And so we did. And so I have this book, and actually, you know, because I knew the author or whatever, it is personally signed. Yeah. Wow, 2005. 2005. This book is almost 10 years old. That's incredible to me that there's not a movie. This is so good. There's, it's actually this book. Ah! And then the book after it is Rise of the Wormlord. And then the last book is The Final Storm. These books are just, ugh, they're so good. And my favorite, he has more series and stuff, and they're all right here. I don't own all of them. There's a couple I'm missing, but that's okay. But my favorite thing is how a lot of these are signed, because I went to his book signings every year. That's super fun. Yeah, look at that. Lady Betsy. So for my last series, I couldn't decide between one series or the other. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna cheat and I'm gonna do both. So it's a tie for my last one between the Vampire Kisses series by Ellen Schreiber. I think that's how you say it. Yeah. Vampire Kisses, or the Cirque du Freak series by Darren Shan. Both of these series I read a lot in middle school. They were just so good to me, and the best part is, like, they're all really short, but there's also, like, a ton of them. I believe the Vampire Kisses series has like 8 or 9 books, and the Cirque du Freak series has 13. I know because I have all of them. They're all over there. And then this ones are all right here. So right here, and over here. I don't even know if you guys can see that. But yeah. So both of these are really good. And I remember just really enjoying them because they were about teens who were dealing with supernatural things. And actually, I had a really big vampire phase back in middle school now that I realize it, because this is about vampires. This is about vampires. I read Twilight. I'm gonna admit, I had a very big Twilight phase. That had vampires in it. Huh. So those are my favorite books, and those are my favorite book series. That's like of all time. And yeah. I also, while I was down in Florida, I did manage to read just one book because I'm like getting back into the reading flow and everything. I was in a very long reading slump, like years long reading slump, to where I'd probably only read like 2 or 3 books max a year, and I want to try and change that this year. That was one of my New Year's resolutions, was to read more books. So I did in fact read one book, and that book was Legend by Marie Lu. Wow, this book was amazing, and I will do a book talk about this book later. So, next video that you can expect will be a review of Legend by Marie Lu. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!